working now, which is good. Sorry for anyone who's seen my post yesterday or yesterday evening that I said that I'd be on at 6 o'clock in the morning. As you may have seen, if anyone was looking, that I didn't. As I said in the post, if I get up, and of course I didn't get up. So, slap on the wrist for me. But then I had other work to do, and while it was a nice day, I bought my dog Coco for a walk. While it was nice after the kind of bad couple of days, we had a rain and wind storm yesterday and kind of rain the day before. So it was actually nice to get out with the dog we went for a bit over an hour to stretch her legs. So I'm going to continue on with this today, this ram. And I actually forgot to check the other post, whether people have answered my question in which area I was going to do next, because I wasn't sure. And, oh sorry, I forgot to turn on my lights. I wasn't sure which part to draw next. But I think I'm going to start maybe with the horn here, and maybe some of the eye. We'll have seen now. I need to adjust this just one moment, if y'all don't mind. Let me see. I think that's about okay, because it was sunny earlier, but now it's kind of gone a little bit overcast. There we go. Will I zoom in a bit? I'll just push this over. There we go, that looks better. And I'll zoom in a little bit. So I hope everyone is having a good day so far this Wednesday. And okay, so let's get started. So again, I apologize for not going on this morning when I said I would. I just could not get out of the bed, and I don't know why. I used to spring out of the bed. Or maybe because I'm getting older now. Not so springy anymore. So what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm going to start with this area. Hi, Jan. Jan. I'm sorry again. I can't with names. I apologize. Yes, but this is what I'll start with this right horn here. I'm just going to rub off some of this pencil. And oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought I'd put my work on YouTube. I'm quite introverted and a lot of self-doubt, so it kind of freaked me out at the start to put this up here, but I won't get anywhere if I don't show off my work and let myself be known out there in the big bad world. Okay, so I'll start off with the base here. Okay, there's someone calling me from Germany. Apologize if that's ringing through on you. Oh, it's hung up. It's probably a scammer. I don't know anyone from Germany, at least not in person. Maybe people on YouTube, but it's probably a scammer. Only for I'm live streaming now, I would have answered it and played along and waste their time. It would have been funny. But I'm used to it. Okay, so I wasn't sure how to get this. I've actually never drawn a horn of any kind before. So this should be interesting. See how we get on with it anyway. Let's take it slowly but surely. If anyone has questions, let me know. Let's have a conversation. I think I'd have around about an hour or two for this live stream. Maybe a smidge over, but okay, I kind of don't know whether I should be doing like wavy squiggly lines or more solid line. And I think about it through the picture. I think I'll do slightly more solid lines, because then you don't want anything kind of all this to look hairy and then this look hairy. Yeah, maybe I'll try up the solid line first and see. I can always do extra with it as I go along. This is kind of scary. Probably the part where I heck it all up. If I get quiet at points, it's because I'm really concentrating on what I'm doing. Hi, Lucan, is it Lucan? Lucian? I'm butchering names again. I apologize. Don't be looking back and forth onto my reference picture. And if anyone hasn't seen my reference picture the last day, I'll show you here my laptop real quick. And it's this RAM here. Sorry if the camera's not picking it up quite good, but you get the gist. And that's it there. And see, while the ram's horn and the reference is not finished, because I had the space. Sorry, I'm just shoving all this over so you can see. And I'll zoom me out for a moment. There you see. It was cut off. The picture was cut off around here from this area. Or maybe actually here, sorry, here. So I had to round this, and what I just did with the pencil is just I started going like this. Actually, I better do it. So I went like this with the pencil and just start going over and back like this until I got the shape I wanted. And then filled in all the rest then, just to get that curve, because it was here and then it stopped, and then it was here and then it stopped. So to get the best angle, just go over like this as many times as needed, and when you get the right line you want, then you can go heavier. And that's just what I did there, because it would have just looked funny if it was cut off like so far back. I said, well, I had the room on my page, I said I just filled it in, and I'm glad I did now, because it does look a lot more better. Anyway, let's get back to business. And I will be thickening up these lines as I go along. And if I have to come in with a thicker pen, I can do that also. But I'm just getting in initial shapes and that, and then add in additional textures as I go along. Let the hair poke through. Sorry, I forgot to zoom you back in. I apologize. Some of these lines do go the whole way along. Right up here are totally connected. Some of them then are broken. My heart. The car door slammed and it frightened me. This might be a boring part, I'm not sure for you guys, because I'll probably stop talking as I go along because I'll be concentrating more. And I don't have to get it exactly as the photo. Sorry if you hear people talking there, and just I live like right on a busy, even though it's a small town, it's a very busy road from in between bigger towns, so it's a busy road. And also to make the horn look more like, you don't want the line constantly too thick, because you're not really it's not more as realistic then, because whatever way the light is shining on the horn places, especially near the top, and you need to go light, because sometimes people forget that your eye will naturally fill in spaces and know what things are without having to draw every single line. It's just to help making things look more realistic. So instead of just using one harsh thick line or one like thin line, it's okay to leave some gaps, because the way actually the sun on the picture here, the sun I think is kind of coming this way, and it's hitting the top of the horn here, which is making it quite lighter. So when I get up to this point will be barely like touched, and things will naturally fill in this area, your eye. But then when you're doing, sometimes when you're doing black and white, sometimes it can be tricky to get that like contrast through. But once you get their darks in the right places and their lights in the right places, it'll come together quite well. Okay. So I'm just doing putting in initial lines so I don't lose them in the process. I should be using my glove for my hand, but I'm not going back downstairs to get it. Okay, so as I come around here, I need to go with the bend of the horn to get more of that dimension, and we need that shape because it's not flat. And if you're keeping your strokes flat, it's gonna look funny. So kind of go with the bends that you see in your reference photo. Can't wait to go into, as I said, there's a bigger town. 25 minutes I get the bus. It's 25 minutes away from where I live, where I can go into the stationery store, or Eason's as it's called here, and I can buy some more pens. I need more, especially these, the 0.03 ones. I need a lot more of these, and the 0.05. I actually use them more than the bigger nibs. But the bigger nibs are handy if you have to color in certain areas, larger areas that are dark or more dramatic and things like that. They're a lot easier and faster to fill in. So that's what I use the thicker ones for. Otherwise I just kind of, I don't know, I just like the smaller ones. Yes, it might take more time to fill in spaces, but I don't mind that because I'm quite a patient person anyway. It had to be learned with drawing now, I must say, the patience, because you just want the end result quickly. So to learn to slow things down, as I said in my last video, because it is easier that way to make mistakes. Now I feel I want to thicken up this one, alright. Let me see what I use. I am missing another pen, maybe fell on the floor. I'll go with this one actually for the moment, just to fill in these areas actually. There you go, you see the depth in that already. Maybe not, so it needs to do a break for the horn, between the horn and the fur here. Have that necessary break. And this is probably going to take longer than, you know, this, because I'm so used to doing fur, but not the horns. So this is my first time ever, as I said earlier. So I'm going to go a little bit more slower, more carefully. I don't want to go too thick in any particular area just yet. Also, breaking up the lines is a good idea too. Okay, that looks how I want it for the moment. I'm going to go back to the other pen again. Go back and render it and all that as I go along. I apologize if the lighting is off and on by my window here, and the clouds are fighting with the sun. Okay, now so this back end here, I need to make sure that, because it comes up at this area like this, then it's kind of coming around. So, you know, you want to keep a shape, a rounded shape. So just to keep checking a reference photo and try to mimic the directions, the curvatures. So I need to take a sip of water. My mouth is dry after my walk. Is anybody here from the first video of this RAM? Let me know if it was popping up for the first time, or did you see were you here for the first video as well? I'm interested to know. I'm nosy. Sorry, you can't see anything. I've my hand in the way. This horn actually has a lot more gaps to it compared to this. This horn has a lot of more detail and thicker lines than this side. Until you come around here, then there's all of the thick lines. I don't know if those scratchy sounds are coming through. I hope they are, because when I watch these type of videos, that's what I love to listen to, is the scratchy sounds of the pen on the paper. And anyone who's wondering what kind of paper I'm using, it's a watercolor paper, this smooth watercolor paper, because I get a nice grip on the page. You can go in multiple times with the pen, and the paper holds the punishment quite well. which is because I do lean quite hard on when I'm working at the best of times. And I'd be wondering why I have so much cramping in my arms sometimes. But this Strathmore smooth paper is also nice to use for pen work. But if anyone else has any suggestions on what other papers are good to use for pen work, let me know. I'd love to try some other types of paper, because paper these days aren't cheap. But I know you're getting quality also. But I'm just interested too. I'd like to test some new papers out. Okay, let's see how we're doing. I will zoom you out for a moment. Are we getting something in there anyway? Sorry, zooming in and out so fast, hope I'm not making anybody seasick. Okay, and I'm just going to go over some of this, and then I'm going to come in with my thicker nib. This is going to be really nice now once I get the thin and the thick nibs in. This part is going to be a little challenging actually, because there's such a curvature in it. It'd be handy if you could see it, what I'm talking about. You see along here, and it's twists, and it's twisting in this way, and this is the underside of the horn, and then there's a bit of the outer part along, but it thins out here. I'd say they must have been cut at some point, because there's such ends. And the same on this side, and I'd say this is probably where maybe the horn was digging in, because that I know that can happen. They can grow in to the ram in their face, in the side of the neck. It's like a nail for all the world, isn't it? The horns. Very thick nails. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going like this to. I'm in brain fart. Horns do be in places. They sure do. Welcome, Bob. Bob's Burgers. I like me a good burger. Actually, I had one the other day, a quarter pounder. Oh my god. And the sauce and everything was just hit the spot. I don't get takeaways often, but when I do, it tastes so much better when you haven't eaten one in a while. Now I want a burger. Thanks, Bob. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Now we're kind of getting some of these lines that are looking a bit samey, so I gotta fix that. We gotta fix the samey look. So going back in with a thicker nib. Okay. And actually the last time I didn't pull this one out. This comes way out. The difference already. Now how am I going to get this to look, the in-between parts, grey? That's the question. I'm not sure myself. At the moment, I'll be honest, I'm winging it. I'm very much winging it. There's another thickish line here. It goes through here. Okay. Not shabby, not shabby. I have to be careful here because I don't want it. I don't want to go wrong because then it will be a big wrong. And then I'm like, well, I effed that up. And yeah, I totally cry then at that point. Yeah, gee, I thought there for a second that I actually effed this part up, but actually darkening his little afro is needed. You got such a cool hairstyle going on here. It's 40 minutes in already. Wow. I thought I'd have loads done right here. At least getting something done is better than Nothing. Okay, needs better. Okay, I think I can stop about here. Or do I? Gosh. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I think at least the shape in itself looks okay. Do some faint shapy shapes. Maybe you just gotta fill them in with different some things. As I said, I'm kind of winging it because I've never done horns before. And just pray. Hope for the best. Pray for me, you guys. Pray this turns out somewhat decent. Well, I suppose for my first time at being drawing a horn, there is a chance that you're gonna F up. So I suppose if you keep that in mind, it's not so bad. Oh God, you're shaking. Sorry. Oh, pen is running out. Well, I suppose that would be handy for like they're really like grey parts. Okay, this side is actually a little bit annoying me. I just thinking it's looking like boxy. Is that a thing? Boxy shape. Well, of course it's a thing, it's a shape. But you know what I mean. let's add some more, oops, let's add some more squiggly bits and see what happens. Darken it up some. Hide the mistake. Hide it, no one has to know, only us people on the YouTube. No one will ever know. No one has to know. That does not make it look any better. Let's just darken this whole area. Actually, I kind of like how it's looking now because it's kind of darker, getting up to lighter. Because some of this area then is dark coming lighter, lighter coming darker. Once I keep this area up here lighter, it should work out fine. Fingers and toes crossed. There, actually, I think that looks better. And what I think I'll do now, maybe I'll start doing a little bit of the eye. Actually, I want to change, I want to pivot, squirt to the eye. So let's pull you over. What's on my screen? Food. Food is on my screen. Okay. Let's take the last while and do the eyeball. Okay. Let's not F this part up, so I'll try my best not to. I can't see. I think. Sorry if I get my ugly mug in the shot, but I need to say what I'm doing. Can you guys see? Sorry, am my lip smacky? Apologies if I am. That's so annoying. Okay. This goes here. So. Dark thingy there. I'm at the next drawing. I'm thinking about doing it in colored pencils. But if, yeah, maybe I was thinking like of switching it up between ink drawings like this and color pencil. It's just nice to do a bit of both, because I do a bit of both. I don't like sticking to the one medium, because like I don't do tons and tons of different mediums. Like this ink drawing is I love, and color pencils also. So it would be like, why not do a bit of both? So I think of doing that, and I think what I'd like to do is something nice and vibrant, nice and bright. So what I was thinking of was doing some parrots. I think that will go down well. Did I do a boo-boo? Please tell me I didn't do a boo-boo. Because when I start chatting, I can do a boo-boo. I don't think I did. I hope I did. Okay, I got the shape without effing everything up. So that's good. Let's deepen this black area. And I'll go slowly but surely. Yeah, sometimes my hand likes to do a massive dramatic speed wobble, and then I'll have a black line in the wrong place, and then you'll hear the language out of me, and no one wants to hear that rage. And I hope I think I do though, but I hope I have another of these 0.03 pencils, because I don't want, even the 0.05 is a bit for the smaller details. It's best to have the smallest nib. Okay, now looks good on camera. Okay, good. So I need to go around here. Then this. Oh yeah, because it goes up like that. Okay. Panic over. Because it gets thicker here and then it slowly thins out. Oh yeah. Okay, we have it. We're good. It's all good. Yeah, I definitely need to get some more of these guys tomorrow. It's coming out, but it's struggling. The ink. It's like I'm drying up over here. Drying up over here, dude. Just let me retire in peace. Okay, oh, we're just over the hour mark. I don't know when it starts cutting, at what point my video cuts out at. Didn't get as much as I thought done, but it's fine. We won't cry over that. It's fine. It's done when it's done. Okay, and actually what I think I'll do is I put in the pupil area. What I'm using here is a grey Mini Ball Fine Liner Water and Fade Proof. I could only find the 0. Well, not that I couldn't find them, it's just whatever was in light grey. They were just the sizes available at the time. So I think I'm going to go in with this first. Very lightly. Oh, this feels different to the usual black. Maybe it's just me. Oh, I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to kind of cross hatch it just a smidge, of course you can't see again with my fat hand in the way. Okay, and actually I might, should I leave it there for now? Will I, won't I? I'll zoom back again just to, now got an eye in, kind of partial eye. It actually looks good. I think I got the right shape that I wanted. It doesn't look off, but obviously it needs detail and things. Oh, excuse me. There's a bit of a highlight section just up here, and then just like all orange around here in the photo, obviously eye. So should I stipple that part? Stipple. That. I think I will. Oh, that's maybe what I could have done with the horn. Would that stood in? That'd be too much texture in the one area. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that for now, because my boys, my cute little boys, my sons will be back in like 5 minutes. So that's the answer to my question. Yes, I will leave it at that. And thanks for those who came back from the previous video. I appreciate you guys. And thanks for anyone new who joined. The more the merrier, and you're all very welcome. So on the way out, or at the start or the end or the middle, wherever, if you want to like the video, if you've liked this, subscribe and hit the bell notification if you'd like to see more videos of this, like these or any of them, go ahead and do so. But there's no pressure. You do you. And I'll be on again very soon. So if you want to see more of this, you can. But I would like to do another video of me drawing the parrots, and maybe we can swap between, or wait till I finish this and then do. Yeah, I'm rambling. Talking or thinking. Okay, I'll let you go and have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.